Super professional intro with no music so I don't get copyright struck. Struck. Yeah! Hello there, my name is Whimperman and welcome to the refit video for the Open-Cockpit Utility Hover Vehicle 03 HoverQuad. I have already spawned it in. This is the old vehicle from back before the game was released fully, and this is the one I'm going to be working on next to bring it up to date. Now, the first thing I'm going to be doing is removing the hover engines and all the thrusters and replacing them with the new air quotes, ground repulsor engines. When I built this, those repulsor engines were not in the game. Now I think I'm actually going to do a quad bike style vehicle with the hover engines and thrusters like this, and I'm going to be calling it the Hover ATV. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to put it as part of the first run hover vehicle series, or as part of a new series or line of vehicles. I don't know yet. I think I'll probably put it in a new one, but it's possible I might put it in... No, I just thought about the numbering system. No, so it's going to be in a new series or line. But the HoverQuad here, which is supposed to be a quad bike, as you can probably tell, will be repulsor engine driven. Now the truss blocks. So far, I've done 2 of the OCUHVs, and that's obviously number 1 and number 2, the HoverPed and the HoverBike. And I've removed any truss blocks from the old version when building the new version. But I think with the HoverQuad here, the truss blocks are sort of central to the design scheme. It sort of looks more robust, so I'm probably going to keep them, despite the fact that they're heavier and they're iron. What else? So I'm probably going to keep 2 large fuel tanks, like this version has. Won't need the RCS, so I expect the detector will go there, possibly. Going to keep the 2 fridges. This vehicle is meant to be like a hunting vehicle for killing animals, wildlife, for your food. It'll probably have a small generator rather than this normal size one, because when this was built there wasn't a small generator. Hopefully that small generator will be enough to power it. I don't think anything else will change really, because I like the way this looks, although it's a little bit tall. It's probably, this is 3 blocks tall mostly, 4 when you count the top of the seat and these, but so I think the new one is only going to be 2 blocks and then whatever's on top. Yeah, so what I'm going to do now is get my little starter thing out and put some blocks on it to see the CPU and whether the small generator can actually power it. So I will see you in a bit. Right, I've got my starter blocks out already, and let's start placing some stuff. So I'm hoping that everything will run off a small generator, so I'll start with that. There's going to be 2 fuel tanks like the old one. There will be 4 repulsor engines. Why did you do that? Lag. Going to do 2 fridges like the original. Then there's going to be... I was laughing because it was blinking in my face. The seat, 2 headlights. Right, now I need to swap all this out for the rest of the stuff. Have I got room? Yeah, I do, look at that. So it's probably going to have a hover jump booster thing. I'm thinking actually the front where I said the detector was going to go will probably be this Wi-Fi. So that can go there. It will have a detector because I don't want anyone running into a Xerax POI while they're out hunting aminals. 2 tail lights, just like the old one. I'm not sure why it didn't save the colour of these, but they are supposed to be red. Then obviously the ammo box will be needed for the ammo for the Gatling and then the Gatling. So that, other than blocks, is everything this new version will have. Right, let's take a look at the CPU. Yep, still within tier 1, good. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to tell if it's within power. Can I fuel it? Will it tell me? I'm pretty sure they don't. Yeah, no, can't tell. I'll have to do some maths, but that's what it will have on it, most likely. Oh yeah, and at least 1 docking pad, which I forgot. There. Right, there we go then. I'll get the calculator out, do a bit of maths, and I will see you when I start building. Oh, hell yeah. It's looking good, in my opinion. Looking good. I put a bit of a bumper on it. So, I'm pretty sure these shapes didn't exist when that was built. Or if they did, I chose not to put a bumper, but I've also changed that shape a little bit. It's instead of that, it's that. Yes, and there's a bit more blockage on the sides. I've used this shape again. Now, I have a bit of a confession to make. I've already driven this down on the surface of the planet. So I went down to the measuring platform to see if it would dock with that at the same level as the docking pads. Now, when I last played, things like that on the bottom of a vehicle would prevent it from docking. How come that Gatling gun is retracted? So I was hoping that they had fixed that since I last built all my vehicles. Otherwise this wouldn't have a jump booster. And I took it down onto the platform to dock it, and it docked, so luckily I got to have a hover booster on the bottom. But because I was down there and moving it around on the platform, I noticed it was very sluggish with its turning. So I think despite the fact that it's not very big and it has 4 repulsors, because this handles brilliantly, whereas I mean this is basically 2 of those strapped together. I mean it's ever so slightly longer, but yeah, so it looks like I'm going to need an RCS after all. Now I think I'm going to leave the ammo box there because it's then connected to the Gatling gun, whereas on the original the core is there. And the reason there's an extra space is of course because I can use the small generator, whereas there was no such thing on this one, so the full size generator is taking up that extra block of space. And I think what I'll do is put the RCS back on the front there where the Wi-Fi is, because that's where it is on the original. I'm going to put the Wi-Fi where this cargo box is, and I would like to still have some cargo so that you've got a place. So the point of this is for hunting, and I want you to have a place to put things that don't need to be in the fridges while you're hunting. So I think what I'll do is do on the side, on top of the fuel tanks here, on both sides of the vehicle, I'm going to have the flat cargo boxes, the 2x1/2 sized boxes. yeah, so I'm going to do that, and then I'll see you down on the planet for another test drive. So I'll see you in a minute. Righto, let's spawn the new one in. So the Wi-Fi is on the back where the cargo box was, like I said. And there's the new RCS. Oh yes, that's much better. Oh, up, rise up. There we go. Oh yeah, that's better. Yep, cool, there we go then. That's sorted. Yes. Right, cool. So next job is to paint it. So I will see you in a day or so. Right, see you later. Oh, hell yeah. I like it a lot. So she's painted. So I tried various different colours. Yeah, that's right, nope. So I tried the kind of designated ammo military green, which I didn't like very much. I also tried the designated port side green, which is basically pure green. Well, nearly, but basically. I also tried this green, which is from here. No, I need to configure and copy. Let's paste it over here. So that's the same green as that. And I also tried a blue, that blue. I didn't like any of them, right? So, and it's funny because that green on this one I like, but on this new one I don't. And obviously these light grey bits wouldn't have stayed light grey. But I've come to one inescapable conclusion. I'm a fucking racist. I don't know why. They all just look good in white. They all look better in white. I need to get rid of that now. I'll do that off camera. You don't need to see me do that. So, all I've got to do now is the device groups and naming and whatever signals and shortcuts I need to do. Yes. I'm really happy with this one. I also paid attention to these, which on this one are the wrong way up. So I did turn those around. Aye, there we go then. I will see you in a bit once I've done all that admin stuff. Right, see you in a minute. Right, she's all finished. I've done all the device grouping and the custom signals. We've got tail lights and the repulsors on by default. The headlights are off. Power save is off, obviously. Just check that real quick. 3.3, okay. Also, I changed the shade of black slightly. So the default black, which is actually used on that, for Pete's sake, is 10-10-10. Now, I do actually have a 10-10-10 black. It's part of the coolant pipe colouring. There, 10-10-10-10. I probably chose it because of that. But the black that I did use on the thing already was 000, and it just looked a bit, I don't know, just looked a bit too black. Yeah, definitely racist. Right, oh, there we go, she's done. Oh, and I coloured those the light grey instead of the white that they were, just to differentiate them slightly from the fridges. So, thank you very much for taking an interest in the HoverQuad, and hopefully I will see you in another video for another build. Right, cheerio. Oh, no you don't. You thought you were getting away from me that easily, but no, I'm not letting you go yet. This is an addendum after the release of the update of this vehicle, and I've already put the videos on YouTube. This is an update and an addendum, because I'm getting rid of these truss blocks. Yeah, the truss blocks have ruined the handling, and I'm gonna either completely remove them or replace them as best I can with carbon substrate. So I'm gonna do that now, see what I can do with this kind of bumper shape type job at the front and the back. And then I'm going to compare the two, because obviously I'm not going to do this one, and I'll do this one. And then compare the yaw and the manoeuvrability and all of that jazz, and see how much better it is. And if you're seeing this bit, this addendum to the video, then it means it worked and it is better, and therefore this is what it used to look like. Alright then, I'll see you in a minute. Right then, problem solved, vehicle fixed, and it's so simple that I hate myself for not figuring it out sooner. Some of you were probably shouting at your screen, and you might be able to see how I fixed it from here on the one with the carbon substrate replacing the truss blocks over there. So the yaw of this one was 55, and the yaw of this one with the truss blocks removed and replaced with carbon substrate was 59. And yeah, I then started thinking, what, maybe it's because the RCS isn't near the middle. So this one, the truss block one, now with the RCS in the middle instead of at the front, the Wi-Fi is now there, and oh yeah, I need to move the ammo box. That's why I moved the fridge back. There we go, it's done. So look at the yaw on this one now. 137 degrees per second. Was 55. Yep. All I had to do was move the RCS near the middle of the vehicle. Right, there we go then. So now that's the end of this video, and it's going to be uploaded again to YouTube, and the previous version is going to be taken down, so that's fun. I'm not sure if I'm going to need to do the screenshots, actually. I probably will do, yeah, I'm going to need to do the stats, but yeah. I don't think it warrants taking whole new screenshots of it, so that's cool for me. Less work. There we go. Right, definitely the end of the video this time. Oh, I do need to do the tour video again, don't I? Because I demonstrate the handling in that. Alright, yeah, end of video. Cool. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you for taking an interest in this vehicle. And goodbye. Super professional outro! Just to give you time really to remove this video from your watch later list or something.